New Jersey is a state that by law recycles. Positioned around campus are single-stream recycling bins to make it easy for us to toss in our paper, plastics, and metal. The William Paterson Anthropology Department takes the concept of conservation awareness to new levels in a class called Global Transformations and the Human Condition. Students in this class take a careful look at where common objects come from before they come to us and where they go after they leave us. The professor who designed this class is with us today, Professor Balmurli Natrajan. Welcome, Professor.
Hi.
So your Birth to Waste anthropology class is quite popular, I hear. I understand the Chronicle of Higher Education recently featured it in one of their columns. So how did the idea of this class come about?
First, thanks for having me on the show. We live in a global world where things are changing so fast, ever so with a lot of speed and volatility, and yet we are quite confused as to what is globalization. All kinds of problems are blamed on it, and some people want to claim all kinds of credit for it. I wanted this class to provide students with an idea of the elemental level of globalization, which is the commodity and commodification. We have lives that are filled with commodities. It gives us a lot of meaning and joy, and it's also some kind of a magical view of what commodities are like, because we're not able to see all the social life of commodities. And so that is the idea that actually gave rise to this class and the project.
Now, can you tell us about some of the assignments? What do students have to explore in this birth to waste concept?
If you think of globalization as a trope of flows across national borders, for example, some of the key things that flow across national borders are capital, goods and services, technology, ideas, and people. And interestingly, people have the largest amount of constraints to travel across borders. If you combine that with the fact that we need money in order to travel, and when people think of globalization, you think of faraway places, people far away, and something else out there, which is supposed to be globalization. I wanted to turn all that upside down. And what better way to do that than to see that almost everything that we use, that we relate to in our lives, that make our lives meaningful, has traveled far more than probably any of us ever have and will. And so the social life of things is in a way something that reveals and unpacks globalization at the most concrete level. What do students have to do? Firstly, they have to choose anything in their life that is worth exploring. Once they do that, then they have to look at how much of it we import, we meaning the US, and then fix on one or two regions or countries from where a large amount of that item comes from. Then start exploring a little bit, do some research, internet as well as library-based research on the conditions of production of that item and or that ingredient, the process of production, who are the people who actually produce it, what are the ways in which they are treated, and then move a little bit into the distribution cycle. What are the networks through which the commodity gets mined or produced in a factory, or maybe a field or a plantation, goes through a distribution network and ends up in our hands, in our mouths, our bodies. And then also look at what we do after we use it. Do we just chuck it? Do we waste it? Do we recycle it? Where does it go? And in doing this, I ask students to think of themselves not just as consumers, which is how we are asked to think about usually, but to think of ourselves, all of us, as active participants in the world and the histories that we make, and complexly linked with people who we've never met. Some of them barely alive, some of them dead, and some of them doing all right.
Some of the more unique objects students in the class have chosen are paper, tobacco, leather, baseballs, shoes, cell phones, and mangoes. Professor, thank you for joining us today. So not everything is as simple as it seems. Obviously, our purchases matter, and we should give our choices more consideration. Thank you again, Professor, for your practical insight. If you are interested in registering for this class, you can make an